Channel Sports Central will be going over an NFL game prediction on one of the big games coming up in week number 7, and this one's going to be between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is definitely going to be your biggest matchup, I would say, of week 7. I mean, you got two very major games right now, two of the hottest teams in the NFL going head-to-head. Of course, the Buccaneers had a big game last week against the Packers, one of the best games that they've played in a long time, and Tom Brady definitely was happy with that one. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they're coming off of a big win against the Chiefs and a bye week, so all around, both teams are fresh and ready to go for this matchup. Should be a fun one between both of these teams. And we're going to be going over a full prediction and preview on this game here today, starting out with your team trends. Last week, Tampa Bay beat Green Bay 38-10. Game was not even close. And considering heading into that game, I'd probably say the Packers were your best team in the league. That was a huge win for the Buccaneers there. Packers really only led for the first quarter. Then after Aaron Rodgers threw a couple of picks, that game was already over. But yeah, the Raiders, on the other hand, they beat Kansas City a couple of weeks ago, 40-32. That was a huge win for the Raiders. I mean, especially going into Arrowhead on the road and pulling out a win like that was very impressive out of the Raiders. As for your winning streaks for both these teams, Tampa Bay is currently 4-2, and they've got a one-game winning streak. Las Vegas is 3-2, and they've also got a one-game winning streak. So both teams have taken a couple of losses down the stretch. But still, both teams have got a lot of potential moving forward, and both teams are really looking good as well. I mean, they're both coming off of massive wins right now. Once again, I'd probably say the Packers and the Chiefs are two of your top 3 teams currently in the NFL right now. So for both of these teams to knock off big-name teams like that, very impressive out of both the Buccaneers and the Raiders. Games will be on Sunday, October 25th, 8:20 p.m. Eastern, so it will be your Sunday night game, and it's going to be in Las Vegas, so the Raiders will be your home team here. Spread currently says Buccaneers by 2.5. ESPN FBI's got Tampa Bay as well, 56%. And then the Vegas prediction actually has got Las Vegas here, 22-18. Kind of one of those, once again, rare occasions where we see the Vegas prediction go against your ESPN FPI and spread. It does have the Raiders getting the win here in the end over over the Buccaneers. And I mean, it's still all three of our sources here are predicting close games, as it should be. I mean, I think we could easily see both of these teams win this matchup. Like, it would not surprise me to see either team win. Like, there's definitely no upset here no matter what because of how equal I'd say these teams are as far as the skill levels go up to this point. So that's also why this is such an intriguing matchup between both these teams, is because how evenly matched I would say they are right now. Both coming off of big wins. Both teams have got a lot of potential and a lot of talent as well on both sides of the ball. Here's just a comparison for this one, and honestly, I mean, there are a ton of similarities here. On the Buccaneers side, you got 29 points per game, 20 points allowed, 256 pass yards a game, 109 rush yards, and then 247 pass yards allowed. Meanwhile, only 64 rush yards allowed per game. That has definitely got to be one of the best numbers in the NFL right now as far as rush defenses are concerned. I mean, only 64 rush yards a game is extremely impressive, and we've seen how good this rush defense is out of the Buccaneers so far. I mean, they did just fine going up against Aaron Jones last week. Like, Aaron Jones, I think he had one or two good plays, and honestly, that was pretty much it. The Buccaneers really did a great job with the rush defense last week, and we've seen that all season long. And so for the Raiders, yeah, Josh Jacobs, this is going to be a tough one for him heading into this matchup. As for the Raiders, they got 30 points per game and points allowed per game, so I'd probably say the Raiders aren't looking as good there, but they do have 288 pass yards a game, 121 rush yards, and then 274 pass yards and 126 rush yards allowed per game. So on the passing side, the Raiders do have bigger numbers, so that's kind of an interesting stat there. Considering Derek Carr actually has better numbers right now than Tom Brady does. I mean, once again, 288 pass yards a game is pretty impressive, but still all around, I mean, yeah, the Raiders have had to play, I'd probably say, easier teams and easier defenses, so you could also consider that. But then again, I'd still say both teams are pretty evenly matched here. Here are the games both teams have played. Buccaneers have beaten the Packers. They did lose to the Bears on October 8th, 19-20, but then again, the Bears are looking pretty good this year, so I wouldn't take that one as too bad of a loss. They did beat the Chargers 30-31, also beat the Broncos 28-10, and they also beat the Panthers 31-17. On the Raiders side, they beat the Chiefs 40-32. Once again, that was probably a monumental win for the Raiders. They did lose to the Bills and the Patriots, though, 23-30 to the Bills, and then 20-36 to the Pats. They did beat the Saints 34-24, and they also beat the Panthers 34-30. So both teams have got a couple of good wins down the stretch. There is no doubt about that. And both teams too. I mean, if you look back at that, we've seen some good high-scoring games out of both of those teams for sure. Some key points for you. Bucs showed their potential last week against the Packers. No doubt on that. I mean, the Packers are, once again, heading into that matchup, I'd probably say the Packers were your best team in the NFL. And so for the Packers to play as bad as they did, and then for the Buccaneers defense to hold the Packers offense as good as they did, I mean, this Packers offense going into that matchup, I think, was scoring an average of 38 points a game. Like, they had 2 games over 40 points, and they were scoring high 30s for the other 2. I mean, for the Buccaneers to hold the Packers to only 10 points last week was extremely impressive. And that is something that the Raiders need to be aware of heading into this matchup, is how good the Buccaneers defense is here. And the Raiders are coming off of a bye and a win against the Chiefs, so the Raiders still have got a lot of momentum going into this matchup. I mean, I'd say both teams in general, even though both teams only have 1-game winning streaks right now, they've still got a ton of momentum. I mean, whoever wins this matchup is probably going to be bound for a great rest of the season and possibly a playoff appearance, to be honest with you. I mean, that's going to be really helpful for whichever team wins this matchup. And it's also why this is such an important matchup too, is because whoever loses, I mean, that you basically take the momentum that you got from your big win previously, and basically you're throwing it down the drain. So basically, like if the Buccaneers lost here, basically your win against the Packers wouldn't mean nearly as much because you wouldn't have as much momentum at all. And like for the Raiders there, if they did win this matchup, their momentum from that Chiefs win would carry on, if you know what I mean. I mean, football's a game about momentum, and that's going to be something that's going to be really big here between both of these teams moving forward. Once again, these are 2 of the hottest teams in the league I would consider to be right now. But nonetheless, here's my prediction for this one. I've got the Buccaneers getting the win on the road in Las Vegas here. I just think Tom Brady, I mean, even though Tom Brady has not been playing near as good this season so far, I think he leads this team to a win. I mean, Tom Brady being the veteran, I would definitely pick Tom Brady over Derek Carr 9 times out of 10. So I've got the Buccaneers getting the win here 20-24. Then again, I mean, the NFL has been so unpredictable so far this season, so I would not make any bets on this one. And once again, it would not surprise me a single bit if the Raiders did win this matchup. But do let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this game. If you enjoyed this preview, slap a like on it, subscribe as well. Really helps out the channel, really appreciate that. But as always, thanks again for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, stay tuned for more. I'll see you all later.